If there's one thing we've learned about eco-extremists over the past couple of years, it's that their personal actions never match their rhetoric. Have you noticed it? That's why we see celebrity green campaigner Leonardo DiCaprio, by the way, my favourite actor, so I don't like slagging him off, but that's why we see him making lengthy films about why we all need to cut carbon to save the planet while he jets around the world. To all of these film jaunts on private jets, or Harry and Meghan preaching about the need for us to adopt sustainable travel practices while they use a heady mix of private jets provided by rich friends like Elton John. Or Emma Thompson, the Extinction Rebellion actress who flew back to a protest for the XR from the US, first class, eating beef carpaccio. Now remember, Extinction Rebellion want to turn us all into pre-Victorian vegans who don't travel outside our township. So, of course, when we started looking into the eco-terrorists of Insulate Britain, who have been causing chaos and carnage on the M25 for the past month, it felt inevitable they were also going to be all talk, no action. First, I exposed their ringleader, Liam Norton, for not even bothering to insulate his own home, despite the fact that it's been the exact issue they're threatening the government over. You live in quite a posh, nice house in southwest London, and according to the Sun, Liam, it's single glazed, has no cavity wall insulation, and uses gas central heating. So you're not practicing what you preach at all, are you? Why have you not spent the money to insulate your home?
Dan, this is kind of like really. You could do better than this, mate.
Just answer the question.
Dan, you know me.
Answer the question.
You know that you could do better than this, mate, right? So, and the thing is like you.
If I was turning the country upside down for a particular cause, I would make damn sure that the cause that I was propagating was something that I would follow.
Dan, you're struggling to.
Yeah, because I'm embarrassed for you, Liam. Because you're
embarrassed for me. Come on, mate. Look, you need to do a bit more investigation into that home because it's a social housing home, so it isn't posh, is it?
Why are you waiting for the government to pay to do this? Why don't you pay for it yourself?
We need to look at the reality, and the reality is, even if I could,
house not insulated.
Dan,
just answer the question.
Dan, if I could insulate that house, that isn't the point here. There are millions of people that aren't going to, and that's the truth.
And now today, it has emerged that another leader of the group, who has been gleefully blocking the M25, has himself enjoyed epic carbon-generating international road trips. The Mail Online revealed that in the 2 years before his activism, with breathtaking hypocrisy, ringleader Cameron Ford has indulged himself not once, but twice in lengthy trips abroad. They report he went on a 10,000-mile, 4-month trip across the Atlantic and around Canada, then just months later on a 2,000-mile-plus jaunt across much of Europe in an old diesel van. The fossil fuels burned and the resulting carbon emissions generated by Ford's 2 trips would have been more than double the entire annual carbon footprint a single person in many countries produces in an entire year. And when contacted by the Mail Online today, he responded, "We're all hypocrites. As soon as I found out about the environmental crisis, I ramped that right down. Let's report on the climate crisis. We're 95% likely to miss the 2 Celsius global warming target. That's what journalists need to focus on, not trying to demonize us people who are trying to save that eventuality." Well, let me tell you, that is a pathetic argument. If the Insulate Britain idiots can't even change their own behaviour, how dare they lecture the rest of us? I'm becoming increasingly disturbed by the moral panic and witch hunt-like aspect to the treatment of high-profile folk who have taken their bodily right to, for the moment, choose not to have the COVID-19 vaccine. Decisions of health are deeply personal, and it's our human right in Britain to make choices over what procedures we undertake, weighing up the risk. Now, I'm a great risk taker when it comes to modern medicine. I embrace it, and I was more than happy to be vaccinated. I considered my personal circumstances when I made that decision, and no one should be forced to share those circumstances publicly, and I won't do so here. But I have full respect for folk who make a different decision, especially when it's one based around natural immunity. Look at this terrible treatment of the West Brom footballer Callum Robinson when he was pressed about his vaccine status at a press conference this week.
What's your personal choice, Cara? Have you decided to get vaccinated?
I haven't been vaccinated yet, no. So that's my choice at this moment in time.
Some people might think that's unusual given your own personal health experiences recently.
Yeah, of course. As I said, it's obviously annoying that I've caught it twice, but I haven't been vaccinated. Further down the line, I could change my mind and want to do it, but at this moment in time, I haven't been vaccinated, no.
No, I think he dealt with the situation well, and he was very articulate, but he shouldn't have been put in that position in the first place. As I've been saying on this show for weeks in regards to England footballers and Strictly Come Dancing professionals, hectoring those who are vaccine hesitant as stupid or as anti-vaxxers does nothing to get them to change their mind. In fact, quite the opposite. The discourse needs to change. Hot on the heels of Shamima Begum, another ISIS bride wants to get back into the UK. This time, it's former London Pizza Hut worker NICOLE Jack, who is in the same Syrian camp as Begum with her 3 children. Here's what the 34-year-old, who is also a citizen of Trinidad, told the BBC.
From my point of view, where I stand, firstly, it was about my family being together. Do you understand? And honestly, secondly, what may have happened, we've never been witness to it, my children and I, honestly. You know, I haven't seen a beheading in my life.
But as the Home Office pointed out in response to that interview, our priority is to ensure the safety and security of the UK. Those who remain in Syria include dangerous individuals who chose to stay to fight or otherwise support a group that committed atrocious crimes, including butchering and beheading innocent civilians. It is important that we do not make judgments about the national security risk someone poses based on their gender or age. And I couldn't agree with that statement more. Ms. Jack made her choice. She joined the group responsible for the Manchester arena bombings that cost 23 lives, including that of 8-year-old Safi Rose Roussos. And now she must suffer the consequences. And poor old Andy Murray, who has gone and lost his wedding ring.
Thought I'm going to leave the shoes underneath the car to get some air to them and dry them out overnight. Anyway, when I got back to the car in the morning, the shoes were gone. My physio said to me, "Where's your wedding ring?" And I was like, "Oh no." And I basically tie my wedding ring to my tennis shoes when I'm playing because I can't play with it on my hand. So yeah, my wedding ring's been stolen as well. So needless to say, I'm in the bad books at home. So I want to try and find it. So if anyone can share this or may have any clue where they may be, would be very helpful, so I can try and get it back.
Bless him. I really hope this is one of those moments where social media can be a force for good and that someone tracks down that ring. Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.